Am I the butthole for refusing to hire my sister as my realtor? I am a real estate flipper. Early on in my career, I met up with Tina, a realtor of 25 plus years who showed me a home that I ended up not buying. We weirdly hit it off as a sort of mom/daughter vibe. She's about 30 years older than me and I'm the same age as her daughter, and became sort of a mentor/mentee situation. Tina took me under her wing, taught me half of everything I know, found me deals, found me people to buy my fixed-up places, and basically taught me the ropes. She handles situations I'm still learning to handle, like when a foreclosure auction goes wrong. I'm definitely just starting to learn. Tina is very experienced. The problem: my younger sister Penny, 26 female, is about to get her real estate license. We were having dinner with our dad and Dad says to me how great it's going to be when Penny and I are working together. I gave him a confused look. Penny then piped up that once she got her license, she'd be handling all of my flips, purchases and sales, because she is family. I told her that if I was looking for my own house, sure, I would go with her. For my flips, I work with Tina exclusively because Tina had connections that I did not, such as discount flooring and other such things, and Tina got me a lot of business and sales. Cutting Tina out would basically remove at least 1/3 of my sales and kill my discounts at a lot of places as friend of Tina, and I'm not willing to do that, especially in these kinds of times. Also, Tina will stop giving me real estate tips for good flip properties if she is not my realtor. Imagine how rude it would be to get a tip from her, and then use my sister to buy the property. My sister and Dad are now upset with me and no amount of explaining can make them understand that this is a business decision and I simply can't afford to burn this bridge. I told Tina what was going on and Tina so very graciously offered to help mentor Penny like she has been with me, and Penny was having none of it. Penny is so offended that I would continue to give my business to someone outside the family. I think I've done more than enough to help my sister here, but my father and sister think I am a butthole. I feel like I might be the butthole because you are supposed to prioritize family, but then again I feel like it's unreasonable for me to take a huge pay cut and loss of all my resources just so my sister can get sales, which again will be fewer due to Tina's clients not buying them. So, am I the butthole for not hiring my sister to replace Tina? TLDR, Mentor Realtor is still teaching me, a fairly new house flipper, the ropes. My sister wants to take my mentor's role while being a total newbie and it would lose me 1/3 of my income, many leads, and some discounts. But my sister is family and says family comes first. Update, plot twist. Working with me was not Penny's idea. Our father told her of course I would hire her when she was out of school, we're family. Penny is a little bit naive, and a little bit airheaded is the nicest word I can come up with here. I'm sorry, I love my sister, I promise. It is 1000% plausible to me that she simply just believed my father without coming to me about it. Penny then felt like I reneged on the deal to employ her when she brought it up so casually when we had dinner, as in her mind it was settled and done. She apologized and we are both annoyed at our father, who caused this communication mess. I plan to talk to him when I'm less salty about it. Penny has said she is sorry for turning down the mentorship idea. I hadn't told Tina because I was hoping Penny would reconsider Tina's offer, and that she only said no because she was angry with me in the moment for breaking my word, but realized I'd never given it in the first place and it was all our father. I'm going to cautiously link Penny and Tina up, but I'm giving Tina a warning about Penny's potential behavior and a complete okay to cut things off if my sister behaves unacceptably. To the person that asked me if my father had funded my business, no, but my late mother did. She left me and my sister a significant, 25%, each, part of her assets, which was in the mid-six figures for us both. My dad got the rest, but he has plenty of his own already. He used to love helping us out before Mom passed but stopped entirely when we received the inheritance from Mom because he said we didn't need any more help. Which, fair enough. I've done well with my business. Penny has been smart with her share and invests in the stock market, our dad has taught her. To everyone calling me an evil flipper, I specialize in foreclosures and homes nobody wants. Homes that can't even get renters. Homes you can't even get financing for because they're so bad. I fix them up and make them habitable homes again when previously they are not fit for human living. If that's evil, okay. I've evilly expanded the amount of available housing. Not the butthole, huge gold star to Tina. You told her that your sis wanted you to cut her out. Instead of getting upset herself, she offered to help your sis. This was a business decision and sounds like a good decision. Exactly. Both of their attitudes are exactly why his decision is the smart decision. Experienced, friendly, well-connected and unbiased versus inexperienced, entitled, emotional, nepotism. If sister wants the business, to quote the gaming community, get good. Her original poster is female. Yeah, both their genders are in the title, and original poster says she and Tina had a mother/daughter relationship. Just so confusing all around. It's not that big of a deal, everyone gets these things mixed up sometimes, they're not being purposely malicious. My parents mix this up all the time, there is no he, she distinction in their native language. What language is that? I'm very curious. I wish I'd gotten to study linguistics in college. Finnish. I bet some of the other related languages are the same, Estonian, Hungarian, Sami languages. Cool. Thanks for answering. Have a great, insert current time of day for you here. Malay and Indonesian don't distinguish between he/her either. There's just one word, dia, meaning that person. Yep, there is no he or she in Turkish, Korean, and Japanese too. I watch dramas with English subtitles and it's always funny when the translators have to explain this in the subs because the character's talking about a person whose gender is unknown. I hear it often from native Mandarin speakers until they've been in an English-speaking country for several years. Based on the context clues in the rest of their post, my bet is that it is supposed to say this is a smart business decision and they accidentally dropped the T. I also assumed his is what happened. Not a big deal. I was confused by the gender comments. I totally read as this. I thought dropping the T meant dropping the T, I was like where? As an agent that first cut their teeth on doing REOs and working with investors and finding good flips and everything under the sun, it is a whole different animal than regular home sales. I had an older agent take me under their wing, and it gave me a decade of learning in about a year. No offense to your sister, but she would be useless as a new agent. She needs to be grateful that this agent is willing to teach her. Relationships are everything in this business, and you are right to keep Tina. Sis needs to do like the rest of us and struggle first. It's not the same when you skip that part, and you wind up not building the same work ethic that you have to have as you expand your business. This up. Show this comment to your sister because if she really wants to be good in business she's got to grow up and mature. It's all about connections and she's effing it up already. Tina is a rock star that even after you told her what your sister and father did she still wanted to help. Your sister is a fool if she does not take her up on this offer. Please show her this post. 100%, not the butthole. In addition to the attitude difference, there are ethics to consider as well. A realtor being related to one of the parties often has to disclose that, and it could tank some deals. Did sister mention any of this or how she planned on handling it? I think little sister was planning this takeover, from the very beginning of her process to become a realtor. She was expecting to make money off of you. If so, she really should have discussed this with original poster. Now, she's acting like a child. Tina graciously offered to help Penny, and she said no. Who turns down this one-of-kind offer? A lazy person who wants to make money off of others, with as little work possible. An apprenticeship rejected. Bad business decision on Penny's part, demonstrating poor business skills, not exactly someone you want to partner up with. Letting daddy argue on her behalf enforces her immaturity. 100%, Penny went ahead and told daddy first that Big Sis was going to help her, and now that he finds that's not the case he gets to lash out at original poster when Penny is a lying liar. She never even asked original poster. She was planning from the beginning to shove original poster into a corner to say yes. Not necessarily lazy, but someone who assumes she knows more than she does. A realtor license doesn't give its holder as much expertise as Sis thinks it does. Tina has probably seen 100 like Sis come and go in the business. In my experience, real estate seems to be a very, very connection-driven business. That's true of a lot of industries of course, but most people I know got into it because their moms or dads, or even their in-laws, were agents who transitioned their kids into their book of business. This binge-watching HGTV does not a realtor make. And on top of that, Tina has not only no obligation to do this for Op's sister, but she's also graciously mentoring original poster despite the fact it must add to her workload. And she even offered, like some kind of Molly Weasley, to mentor Op's sister despite the fact that means extra work for Tina with no money or other benefits involved. Tina offered out of the goodness of her heart and blessed this wonderful woman for offering to advise both women in such a competitive business. Right? I almost feel like getting a real estate license just so I can ask Tina to mentor me. She sounds amazing. I agree. So not the butthole for the other reasons, but, also, for not going into business with someone that invested this much of her time and money on a project based on false assumptions. I would hesitate to have this type of person as my realtor. Imagine all the decisions you could make when your realtor assures you of something only to find out that it's not true. Not the butthole, and Tina is a star. Exactly. Tina figured out a way to make things work for everyone, by inviting your sister to join her. Sister learns, you maintain good relationships with Tina and her connections, etc. And this is exactly why original poster should continue to work with Tina. Not the butthole. Not the butthole. It sounds like your sister was planning to make you her cash cow. You do a lot of flipping, and can possibly make her a lot of money. She doesn't seem to care how your business relationships work out as long as she gets a cut of that money. Ops flips/profits drop at least 1/3 so that her sister can make 7% on sales. Maybe ask these Einsteins who is going to make up the difference. This. They need see it black and white on paper, save $3,400 on flooring, $1,500 on roof, $500 on lighting, $3,000 for contractors, friends of Tina, $600 on appliances, $1,400 on kitchen cabinets, $1,000 on bathroom fixtures and tile work, etc. Until she can do that for you, it's a big no. Tell your dad to take his BMW or Porsche and let a newbie that has no experience with cars, and doesn't understand foreign cars work on it. They'd ruin it, just like she would ruin your business. If Tina is thinking about retirement, then helping your sister would be great, but otherwise, it's not always smart to work with family. It sounds like your sister was planning to make you her cash cow. This. It almost sounds like the sister only became a realtor because she knew original poster already had an established business in the industry. Like she may have gotten her license just so she would have a guaranteed job in the real estate field. Your sister doesn't get to assume that she can shoehorn herself into your chosen career. If she wants to work in the field, she should have already prepared herself to start off with no/minimal connections. This is exactly why many people don't like to work with family. They assume their family will be their work safety net. Not the butthole. And original poster even offered to help her get those connections. Sister is really shooting herself in the foot here. This was my first thought. Not the butthole, and it sounds like sis needs a reality check. Plus Ops dads and sisters' reactions to not getting their way is exactly why you shouldn't do business with family. And seriously, how presumptuous. Informing original poster of something, they decided about her business without her input or consent. I don't think so. Exactly. And let me guess. Ops sister would never offer to take a cut in her commission because it's family. She's just after easy sales without any of the work original poster and her mentor have put in. Not the butthole. Never do business with family. Seriously, my parents still hold it over my head that I got my first internship in 2018 through a family connections referral, and how that's the main reason I have a great job now. Like, I appreciate having that opportunity, but it wasn't worth it in hindsight, knowing how my parents would use it to downplay future job offers that I got on my own. How I wish I could go back in time and not interview for that internship. Edit. Wow, this sure got a lot of traction. Thanks for the well wishes, everyone. My parents are South Asian immigrants, so this is somewhat par for the norm, except they're a bit more controlling and toxic than average. They did invest a lot in my education/career though. My mom was the one who arranged the referral after all. They mostly just use stuff like this as ammunition when they have a bone to pick with me. I'm not embarrassed about getting my first internship that way, as getting your first job tends to be a crapshoot, and the only qualification for that kind of internship is being a student in my field, but I wouldn't be surprised if the interview was somewhat of a formality. Don't let your parents' failures take away from what you earned. You got an internship. You turned it into a career. Your parents should be rooting for a member of their team, not cutting you down. A friend of a family friend placed me in my job. It was temp to perm. My parents have always told me they are so proud that I got to where I am on my own. You did too. You work for that paycheck and that title. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Really not the same here. You should always use vitamin B if you can. Everyone does, don't be a dummy, and don't do it. But this is a completely different situation. Op doesn't have an established company and can just give her sister a job. On a side note, your parents are just idiots and you should really learn to ignore them. You have a better job now because of that, and your parents would have found a way to nag on you anyway because that's the kind of people they are. My version of this goes: never hire anyone you can't fire. I can't fire my mother-in-law as our regular babysitter because she'd be too upset and it would cause family drama. Daycare it is. Can't fire Hub's college friend as our realtor because it would cause hurt feelings and drama? Go with someone else. If I can't fire you without it being personal, you're too close to do business with. If Op's sister is already playing the "but we're family, you have to work with me" card before they even have an established business relationship, can you imagine what would go down if she screwed something up and original poster tried to fire her? Good lord. Not the butthole. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.